Robert De Niro graced the knitting circle in hell known as The View, where he tried to link random thoughts into a sentence. Joy was there to wind him up, since he's played some of the most unredeemable characters.
You have played some of the most really unredeemable characters. Travis Bickle. Travis Bickle was a psychopathic taxi driver. Jake LaMotta, who used to beat his wife, and he was in The Raging Bull. Is Trump worse than they are?
To me, he is. He has no understanding that I can see of the outside world other than anything around him. He has no idea of what his purpose in life is as the president should be, and that is to pull the country together, to be for the people, to heal wounds, not to open them up and pour salt on them.
De Niro clearly has thought about this, more so than his career. His choice of roles is now down to cinnamon and lobster. He was then asked about the Trump kids. At least he doesn't want my kids to take this the wrong way.
I don't want my kids to take this the wrong way, but if my kids did what these kids did, I wouldn't want to be related to them. I would disown them.
Whoa, this is sad. Here you have someone pretending to be a tough guy turn out to be just a second banana for Joy Behar, the poster child for Trump derangement. Sadly, Bob is now just another gibbering, enfeebled ninny, surrounded by inept relatives as he frets about how Trump's in power and he's not. See, Trump's rise coincides with De Niro's decline. And the person who knows it most is De Niro. He's a fine example of how not to turn loss into bitterness. There are plenty of people who don't like Trump, but don't let it warp their minds or their ability to speak aloud among grown-ups or The View. But the Schiffs and De Niros of the world are emotionally damaged by politics to a point where they can't even assess their own emotions. Being an actor is tough. For how does one handle real life without a script? Not equipped to think analytically, you're left powerless when observing your own predictions about life turn out wrong. It's not supposed to be this way, De Niro thinks. Only the cool guys get to win. Sorry, Bob. That's only in the movies, but at least you'll always have joy. You know, when dislike is so emotional, Katie, I always think it means something else. Like, he's actually thought about this. Like, you know, he's like, it's in his head. And I can't help but think it's because they're a similar age and they're both New Yorkers. Something has, like...
Yeah, it's like personal. It's like Jerry Nadler's thing with Trump is also very personal. Robert Mueller had a personal spat with Trump. I mean, to let it eat you alive like that and let it to control your entire being, I think is actually pretty sad and pathetic. And it's also a lazy argument. So when he attacks the Trump kids as saying that he would disown them, but doesn't really give examples as to why. You know, Ivanka Trump, for example, went into the administration, got rid of her own business after being a successful businesswoman, and started this global women's development project that allows for women to get into the workforce. She's been able to change the law in a number of countries now that allow women to own property, making a real impact on people's lives. But yet he's here saying that if they were his children, he would disown them. I mean, they're doing real work for real people, not just in America, but all around the world. And that's the only argument they can come up with.
Jesse, it's amazing he went from Raging Bull to Joy's assistant.
Yikes. All right. De Niro is a bad interviewer. I mean, he's a good actor, but if you ever seen him on a set with a TV host, it's like pulling teeth. He's so boring, and he's always been bad and a lazy guest. But now, the media has found something that makes him interesting.
Yeah.
And they're exploiting his Trump derangement syndrome for ratings and to score political points. But it's sad, though, because you can see that's all he has. He seems a little obsessed, and he's a great actor, but he's kind of destroying his brand a little bit here. I'm not saying conservatives aren't going to watch his movie. They obviously have. But this is one of the reasons why conservatives don't watch these shows. You don't want to see this old, angry guy try to just take the president's head off and have Joy help him out doing that and then sell TV ads off that. It's just cheap, and people tune out. Now, to say that Donald Trump is out of touch with the country, that's crazy. I mean, he's sometimes too in touch with what's going on.
That's why we won.
I mean, he's the man of the people. He's got the finger on the pulse. And I don't think he's divided the country. I think the media has divided the country.
Look at Juan.
People like The View have divided the country.
Oh, my God. Help me, Lord. Help. I'm coming home, Jesus. I'm coming home.
You were turning into Fred Sanford before our eyes.
That's exactly
I
what
don't know CPR. Be careful. I
CPR?
don't know CPR. So
have
if
to
something
help
happens
me.
to you,
I do one, and I'm looking forward to trying it.
Do you want Dana to go first, or shall I?
Go for it.
All right. Well, I just think The Irishman's pretty good.
I didn't like it.
Yeah,
It was 3.5 hours.
But let me just say, he was terrific. Like it or not.
Oh, no.
I thought he was
Joe
terrific.
Pesci, great. Jonathan,
Joe Pesci was great.
Jonathan Morris, amazing. But he was terrible because the CGI screwed up his face.
Well, wait, but okay. But I think
Body
I
of
agree
work,
with you.
body of work.
I agree. Body of work. Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
amazing.
All right, he's an excellent actor. But I will say this, I'm listening to you guys about this angry old man, and I'm thinking, this week I heard this angry old man go after this 16-year-old girl. Then he was talking about Nancy Pelosi's
That was a funny
team.
tweet.
Oh, right.
Funny tweets.
Okay, so in other words,
Funny
when he
tweets.
does it,
It's funny.
When he does it, it's okay. He's
No, it's
trolling.
funny.
He's
It's funny.
trolling
So when De
everybody.
Niro does
But
it,
when
you
De-
like it. When
yeah.
Trump does it, you don't like it.
I just
Which
say-
one is it,
But
Juan?
I'm just saying, De Niro, you're right to talk about Trump, but it's okay. Not okay to talk about Trump, but it's okay to talk about De Niro. It seems to me like nobody goes Hollywood, and says, oh, let's just leave this alone. It's just an actor. Only conservatives pay attention to these actors as role models.
All right.
Well, I think that's right. Just an actor. Exactly. It's the way to, don't get too worked up about it, everybody. But I do think there's a little progress on the civility front.
How so?
This is the first clip we have shown of Robert De Niro talking about Trump where he hasn't used the F word.
That is true. That is
nice.
true.
Yes, he's
You know
good.
what? I apologize to Robert De Niro. I totally missed that progress being made.
Yep.
And I also think that Joy and Robert make a great couple. And I could see them hosting a show together.
Not his type, I don't think.
No, I don't. Okay.
might be going a little far.